Hello everyone, this is live update from Henry and our friend Dollar. Live update from
Nusa Lembongan, Bali, yeah?
And today is the 17th of May 2022. It is a Tuesday. At the moment it's about 11:26 a.m. We just finished one surf lesson with Dollar and this cute little school. wesurflembongan. I'm very new to here. I mean, this is my second surf today.
Second surf today, yeah. So much better. We can see the improvement.
I was struggling, yeah.
The struggle is more paddling, but up and all of the stuff is definitely better than the first one.
Before we start, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Dollar from Nusa Lembongan, Bali, surf instructor mostly right now. During COVID, used to be dive instructor as well. Live on the island. No
so
complaint.
very multifaceted, yeah.
Yeah, never complain on the island, yeah?
It's a very beautiful island. It's like a paradise. When you look at the water itself, you just think, differently.
Before COVID, you almost forget about how beautiful the island was.
Yeah.
But after COVID hit, you more appreciate when you are on the island with less people. For me, during COVID, looking at the island is kind of like being on a tourist perspective.
Yeah.
Because you can also enjoy how beautiful this island without crowd.
So there's a lot of like a appreciation what you actually have, especially during the lockdown time or COVID time. You start to learn more about like where you are from and the environments that you're in.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. Different feeling, yeah. Working before with tourism, you kind of forget about the island, about the island life. You're more focusing on work every day.
Yeah.
But during COVID, it's more like enjoying life. It's still a little bit of surviving mode, kind of, But yeah, definitely you can see more clearly about the island life there for sure.
Growing up here, how is it like?
My childhood is kind of like Asian parents is very protective. So they don't want you to do like outside activity.
Yeah.
Most of the time they just, you go in the water, they will be like, hey, don't do that. You stay under the sun, they will be like, oh, you're gonna get sick.
Yeah.
So all of the activity that we have here that actually available, you cannot really reach it because your parent was like, please be safe. We don't have electricity, we don't have internet, television, we kind of share it with everybody, kids that will be going there and watch the TV together. Yeah, and then after that, after 8 o'clock, we have to go home. We're not allowed to stay there for that long. Technology just come like recently, maybe like the last 10 years on the island. Smartphone, like they're doing it like, it's just not fun anymore.
Yeah.
Before we create our game, we try to find something to play with, find some garbage and we just turn it into toys.
Yeah.
But now kids growing up here with the technology, they just hold on to the phone. They are in same area most of the time, but they don't talk to each other.
So you reckon that the community back then is more like, in terms of bond-wise, strengthened a bit more because without technology. So people spend more time with each other, engaging with each other.
Yeah.
But nowadays kind of change a bit more.
It's starting with this pandemic, we start to work again together. Kind of like go back to the old school. We still communicate like on the island, we call it Banjar. So it's like in Bali, it's like a community group of people that actually has a place to discuss what we have to do for the island, for
like a
the community. Yeah, kind of like an organization, but it's more in the bigger picture of the living together. We work together like cleaning the road, cleaning the beach, ceremony, taking care of the temple. So many things that Banjar actually part of the community that actually keep Bali as what it is. I think without Banjar, I think we will be drifting to the different direction. We have like the older generation has a different meeting, but we also have like a younger generation that has like a different perspective. The idea of the millennial era kind of like that. So we just work together to see different perspective of living. Yeah, there is a different way of seeing life. Older generation, they stick to the traditional way of living. And then the younger generation, they have like more open-minding. So we try to get a balance in between.
What makes you actually choose what you do as a profession?
Back then, you don't really have that much option. Basically, like for work, either farmer or construction. Diving was super new. When I was graduate from high school, basically I cannot really have that many opportunity to work. There is one competition for scuba diving courses from open water until dive master. So they're looking for a teenager, like a younger generation, to do the competition. If you win, you basically get offered to work with that company. There is opportunity. If you don't take it, you're not going to get it for the second time.
So you basically went for it and you won the competition.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got open water dive master for free. I get a job, 2 years contract, if I'm not mistaken. And then after that, I decided to travel around. Yeah,
Around Indonesia or around
mostly Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Yeah, mostly Indonesia. Like working, traveling.
You actually mentioned quite a lot about community, Banjar, and also sustainability. How do you actually define a community? You know, from where you are, where you grew up, and those that you have absorbed in terms of knowledge-wise. How do you actually define community, and why is it so important?
Community for me is more like people that they want to do something good for the environment or whatever. Work can be social, can be friendly or something like that. Community, they don't really looking at life only because of the money, but it's more about life in general. Why is it important? Because it's bring us back together. We communicate, finding solution with the problem that we have.
Yeah.
More people thinking about it, easier we get away from the problem.
Solution.
Yeah, get solution. I have to say that community is super important, especially for the small island like this. Yeah.
Here, and for the Balinese culture, is more collective. You will think for others first before yourself.
Yeah. You know, we care about our neighbor. We care about people that we don't even know. But if we seeing some people that struggle, we always help. There's kind of like a part of culture that we have in Bali. If somebody struggling with the medicine, this community will try to do like a kind of like inventory for what we can actually give to the local people. We able to get the money from the different countries, and we can use this community volunteer to give it back to
society.
Yeah. One example that I can give it to you, which is only happening, I will say, is only happening in Lembongan, Jungut Batu especially. Someone married, to do the decoration, preparation, and everything like that. We don't invite people. We just say like, okay, we're gonna get married like in our bigger family. Whoever that feel they are friends, family, you don't have to invite them. They will come and then help. Same thing when you do the celebration. Your friends will come without any invitation. Just like, okay, here's my friend, I count for that. You expect people will come like maybe 100 people suddenly, because you know you kind of a social person. It's like double the numbers of the one that you expect. And it was like, oh man, you know.
You feel a lot of pressure on that part, so you have to always, prepare for more than what you actually catered for.
We usually organize everything like day before. If some reason we have more people coming in, we already have something that extra prepared.
You mentioned quite a lot, like, you know, there's this group, also part of Banjar, right? That you also take care of the next generation. And there's a lot of kids going on, and you know, during their school holiday, they kind of go surfing, or they're part of the community. So what's the whole sustainability idea behind this sharing with the children part?
Again, the idea of this just to get like better life. If you have like a clean area to live, it's good. You know, if you have like a friendly people to live, it's like a very healthy living. You cannot taking care of your waste by yourself, because we kind of like limited with the equipment. So we need to really
spread the labor.
Like
more people, the better it is, the faster you get it.
Like you get like more idea coming.
I was just observation for the last few days while I'm here on the island. Agriculture like seaweed farming or surfing, all this, that largely also depends on the tourism part. So how do you actually see the foreign people coming into the island versus, you know, managing the environment and the sustainability of Nusa?
I will always believe like a good things come with the bad things. You know, or bad things come with the good things. Tourism is really good for income. Local people work a little bit easier because in the past we work like physical working. Of course, when you have like lots of tourism coming in, they will bring like some new idea. Of course, that's a good part of it, but also will create more garbage, more damage. Water activity, for example, using boat and the pollution for the ocean because of the petrol. Here on the island, car, and then the air will be polluted. Bad and good things coming together. But now we try to do like how can we manage to do things in a good way, you know, and try to reduce less damage that we can get for the island. We need like a government to help us out, maybe create some rules or something like that. It's going to be big different, especially if they work together with the community, organization, Banjar. Amount of people on this island is compared to the big island. Main island is like way smaller,
Yeah.
so it's way easier to manage a small number of people. And I believe if they be able to do that one on this island, we can be the example for other villages or other island.
Where we're sitting right now is actually very close to the beach. So
Yeah.
at the front, you have a lot of restaurant or cafe being set up, or like dive school.
Yeah.
And right next to it, you see kind of like people. I think this is where people live, right? For some people.
Yeah.
Maybe just for example, when a foreigner come in and decided to do certain development along the beach, and they'll probably buy off the land, isn't it? I think. And then where do all these villagers or people who live here originally, where do they go and how do they see about this kind of foreign invasion?
I think we promote the places too early. All of the things that you need, which is like road, for example.
Infrastructure.
The infrastructure is not ready yet.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a public transportation. We don't have that one. We don't have like a public area, like toilet, garbage bin, all of those things. We don't have it yet.
Yeah.
But we already promote the place. I kind of find it difficult with local people, especially because now with the income that we have, we're not able to afford how much land. Let's say local people sell their land, we cannot do anything. It's their property, you know.
Yeah.
They can sell whatever they want as long as it belong to them. If there is no rules from the government, we don't have any reference, you know, how much the land's supposed to be or which area that actually allowed to sell.
To do that, you just keep pushing and hoping that at some point in time,
Yep.
the government will be willing to do a
We'll step
collaboration.
up and then do something, 100%.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping for.
From your perspective, what would you say to the people who come in here for tourism? What can they be a bit more respectful and taking care of certain rules and regulations, perhaps?
At the moment, we're having like a really good tourists that actually come to the island. They're very respectful. They also give a lot to the community. Maybe one thing that I'm have in mind, maybe just a little bit more education that they bring to the island. How to taking care of the garbage, for example.
Right, the waste management.
Yeah, waste management. How important is that? Give the idea how we can actually produce our own organic food. How to use the energy that we have, because we have so many things that we can use. Example, strong current.
Yeah.
You know, in the ocean, like high tide, low tide, you're able to use that one as energy. Maybe some people that actually foreigners that come here has that knowledge and idea, work together with us, you know, try to find an investor, solar panel, which is happening already in Bali slowly. Maybe if they're able to bring that one to the island, we can actually have the electricity in the future for free. For example, you know, we still have a lot of fresh water, but if we have more and more tourism coming here, of course that will use more and more fresh water. Maybe if they're able to be a little bit more conservative about it, that will be amazing. All of the resort, hotel can explain it to the customer to be more conservative about the fresh water.
There's a lot of ideas, good ideas there, I would say, but at the same time also certain like infrastructure, like for instance solar panels bringing in this require a lot of capital investment at the upfront.
It is,
because that usually take a whole long time for it to become like neutral.
All of the investment that you put at first on the front will pay off, you know. Maybe after 3 years, the next 10-20 years you don't have to pay anything. Of course the investment in the beginning is like crazy expensive, but if we're seeing it from the bigger picture for the future, I think that will worth to invest.
What are actually your aspiration or dream?
For the island, I want this island to be like similar like Singapore in terms of waste management. Small places, small country. They produce their own electricity with the waste, basically. And the island is very clean. Maybe a little bit less rules.
Less rules,
And maybe it's like the island can be more organized. You know, road with the sidewalk. Produce our own food. That would be amazing because as we know, we still depending on main island. With the transportation, because if we have like a big waves, bad weather, sometimes we're struggling to get like a supply.
So you can cut off the supply.
Yeah, if we're able to produce our own food, that would be amazing. And then work together, less conflict, work together with the same perspective, same aim. This island will be really good, for example, and tourism will come here and feel welcome, feeling like they're part of the community, you know, second home for them, you know. Living on the island, you don't need that much, you know. Go out and you see people smiling and then do like a very good positive activities. For me,
that's
you know, everybody's life here like that. That's what they really want to do. We don't need Lamborghini on the island.
I hope they don't introduce cars here, because in Bali, sometimes I just find it's a headache though.
I wish there will be less cars on the island. That more electric bike. on the island.
Or bicycle, maybe.
Or more bicycle.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't fit, on island life with so many cars, so many.
Agree. Do you think that you're living the fullest to this point of your life?
I feel I'm living in such a good time of the life, basically, because connection in between old generation and young generation, technology and also traditional way of living. So I will say this is like the best. If you have to choose, what years you want to live, I will say my generation is the best generation that possibly you can get. Just need to organize a little bit more.
Better.
Yeah, exactly.
What are your values?
Health, family, healthy life.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Health is the most important thing. We often forget how important to be healthy, But as soon as you feel sick, you just cannot do anything. You cannot work, you cannot serve, you cannot do what you like to do. Health and family is a
core value of life, basically. Do you ever have regrets in life?
I used to, but a friend of mine tell me regret is not good. It's more like a learning process.
Okay.
When that bad thing happened to you, just don't regret that thing happened, but take it as life lessons. If you asked me this earlier, I will say I regret lots of things. But right now, I don't regret anything.
You let it go.
Yeah.
What would you like to say to the little dollar?
Little dollar, just do whatever you want to do. Don't think.
Don't think. You reckon through the last few years, you have been thinking a lot.
Yes, especially with the pandemic. You really need to think a lot about what you're going to do. Just don't think too much. Do what makes you happy.
What do you think will happen when we die?
Like we do have a culture, like in Bali, especially Hinduism.
Yeah.
So basically, we believe reincarnation. When we die, we have to born again as can be human or animal.
Right.
Depend what we do during our lifetime. Part of the reason why we try to do good things because we want to reincarnize as a better person. Yeah. When people die in Bali, we doing like lots of ceremony. Part of it is like a cremation.
Right.
Yeah. So before you do the cremation, we believe that we're not going to be able to reincarnize to the next life. So just follow the culture they already have.
Wait, so if you're saying, let me get this right. So if let's say a person passes away, you cremate the person is not going to come back again for the next life.
If you don't do the cremation, yes.
If you don't do.
Yeah, if you don't do the cremation, basically it's not reincarnized yet. We do have that thing happening here as well. Like, let's say one of your family passed away, there is two options. Either you burn them or you bury them.
Yeah.
Basically, when you burn them straight away, that's like a small cremation already. But we do have like a bigger ceremony for the cremation. And if you bury them, you wait until your family actually have money to do the cremation. In that case, your soul still somewhere, waiting, in the queue that you're gonna
cross over.
Yeah, reincarnize.
I remember arriving in Mushroom Bay, and then the first route coming to here, there's like a cemetery there. And with the umbrella. So are those people who have got buried and waiting to get burned?
Yeah, exactly. So basically when you see the umbrella, because we believe their soul's still around the area, we put the umbrella so we can protect them from rain, from sun.
Got it.
And then every ceremony, we also go there to give them what they like. Example, food, or drinks. We always go there to visit, because we believe they're still around the area. One day family has money to do the cremation, so we're just visiting every special occasion.
How do you want people to remember you?
I don't want people to remember me.
Why?
It's just so many things to do on life. You don't need to remember people that already gone.
Right.
I guess I just don't want to be one other things that they need to think about. I just want them to focus on their life.
That's beautiful. Tell us something about your surf school. How can people find you, and why they should come surf with you?
We do have a website.
Yeah.
Same thing, just wesurflembongan. Social media, we do have Facebook, same name, Instagram also same. So you can just search us on those. Why you guys surf with us? Because it's just lots of fun to be in the water. Yeah.
And you gotta find Dollar. I mean, you're hard to miss. He's the dollar on the island. Dollar, thank you very much for taking your time for this interview. I really appreciate it and having this conversation. And with that, we conclude our episode. I shall see you guys in the next episode then. So take care, be kind to yourself, take care of each other, and don't forget to smile. See you next time. Bye.
See you next time. We can see the improvement.
You're giving me a lot of credits on that. I was struggling. You have went through a lot of internal work. Bye.